Good evening tonight from downtown Detroit in the historic Fox Theater, which has hosted shows like Soundgarden, Smokey Robinson and the Supremes, and over the next couple of nights, 20 different Democratic candidates, including Washington Governor Jay Inslee. He and his team know the pressure is on just because of the way the Democratic National Committee has shaped this race and what it will take to keep his campaign going forward. How's the preparation going for the debates here in Detroit?
Successful, because we've been listening to people.
Optimistic words from Jay Inslee tonight on the campaign trail in Michigan, preparing for what could be a make or break moment in his presidential campaign. There was some frustration, though, down in Miami with getting your message across. You said the second fewest words of any candidate over the two-night period. So do you take a different approach going into this round of debates versus what happened down in Miami?
Well, I'm very hopeful that this next round will have greater discussion of the climate crisis. I'm hoping the ball bounces a little differently than it did. You know, I know the ball takes a funny bounce. It did that night as far as the number of words I spoke. But I believe, and I am somewhat confident, that we are going to have a more robust discussion of the climate crisis.
Inslee will take the stage of the Fox Theater tomorrow night, hoping to score points in a crowded field, and knowing he needs more donors, more polling numbers to qualify for the next round.
We're going to watch the first night. We're going to see how the moderators handle it.
Is that an advantage to go the second night versus the first?
Well, to some degree, because you know how the moderators are going to handle the discussion. We were told that they were going to handle it with some rules. During the first debate, they decided not to do that. It was more of kind of a food fight.
Obviously, you made this campaign about climate change. You also pay attention to the numbers as it relates to some of the other candidates. Do you feel that climate change is resonating across the country in terms of a main issue amongst Democrats?
Yes, but I need to become better known across the nation. We still are only known to about 1 out of 3 Americans. So we are still early in the process of introducing ourselves to the United States. Other candidates who've been national figures and been senators and been on cable news for years, they start with an advantage. But this is where Bill Clinton and Jimmy Carter started their campaigns, when they started to introduce themselves.
Here's the thing, Governor Inslee stands at about 90,000 donors right now, 1% in the polling across the country. He needs to get to 130,000 donors and at least 2% by the end of next month to qualify for the next debate. A lot of political pundits and insiders believe if candidates aren't qualifying for their next debate, it could cripple their campaign. You'll hear what Inslee has to say about that coming up tonight on King 5 News at 6:30. But for now, in Detroit, I'm Chris Daniels, King 5 News.